1 Samuel 14:43 through 44. Then Saul said to Jonathan, "Tell me, what hast thou done?" And Jonathan told him and said, "I did but taste a little honey with the end of the rod that was in mine hand, and lo, I must die." And Saul answered, "God do so and more also, for thou shalt surely die, Jonathan." So Jonathan takes responsibility for his own actions, where Saul continues to enforce his foolish vow. He's just not a great king, right? Verse 45, "And the people said unto Saul, Shall Jonathan die, who hath wrought this great salvation in Israel? God forbid, as the Lord liveth, there shall not one hair of his head fall to the ground, for he hath wrought with God this day." So the people rescued Jonathan, that he died not. And so the people had to step in here against the tyrant king. And so this is a perfect example of the doctrine of the lesser magistrates. If you have never read the book, The Doctrine of the Lesser Magistrates by Matthew Trewhella, I highly recommend it. It's a short, little, concise book on the role of government. And basically what it teaches is that when a greater civil authority steps outside the bounds of its God-given authority and threatens the people with tyranny, it's the responsibility of the lesser civil magistrate to intercede on behalf of the people against acts of tyranny. So, for example, if the governor of a state, let's say Jay Inslee of Washington, demands that all workers must wear a face mask or be jabbed in order to keep their jobs, well, then it would be the responsibility of the lesser magistrate, say the mayor, Mayor Woodward of Spokane, as that lesser magistrate, she would be duty-bound to step in and say, "No, we are not going to follow that tyrannical decree. We're not going to enforce that. And in fact, not only that, but we're going to use our civil authority and power as the lesser magistrate in this system of checks and balances that we have to stand with the people against tyrannical, unconstitutional, ungodly directives from the state." That's the doctrine of the lesser magistrates. Unfortunately, as we witnessed, Mayor Woodward did not fulfill her duty as the lesser magistrate, but rather submitted to tyranny, along with the vast majority of our Republican leadership here in Spokane, right? And so this is what the people did. "And the people said unto Saul, Shall Jonathan die, who hath wrought this great salvation in Israel? God forbid, as the Lord liveth, there shall not one hair of his head fall to the ground, for he hath wrought with God this day." So the people rescued Jonathan, that he died not. The people are the ultimate lesser magistrate, and we have the system of checks and balances to maintain the balance of power within our own government.